"Anxious, stop being rude," I warned my overexcited Jack Russell Terrier as he skidded to a halt next to a family of 4 and began drooling over their limp sandwiches. Usually never a nuisance to other people, and always well-behaved, Anxious kept his eyes glued to the picnic the mother and father were trying to hand out to 2 giggling daughters, even more excited than anxious to be at the beach. I hurried across the baking sand, hissed the naughty dog's name yet again, and he deigned to turn and look at me with the saddest puppy dog eyes you could ever imagine. "Can we give him a sandwich, Daddy?" asked the younger girl as her mother tried to rub sunscreen into her sand-encrusted body, much to her protestations. "No, honey, you must never feed other people's animals. The owner might not like it." "But he's so hungry," the elder child whined as she scooted away from her sunscreen-wielding father, who decided the lunch could wait until I'd got Anxious under control. "He always looks like that when there's food around," I said, smiling apologetically as I approached. "He's had his breakfast, and we've been playing for over an hour already, but he knows that if he looks mournful, he can get a treat. Don't let him fool you, though." "Will he bite us, mister?" asked the smaller girl, eyes wide. "Anxious only bites bad people. Are you bad?" Frowning, the girl put a finger to her cheek, deep in thought, then admitted, "I once had 3 biscuits when Daddy said I could only have 1. "That's just a misdemeanor, not a serious crime, so I think you're safe." She nodded, seemingly satisfied, then asked, "Can I stroke him?" "Sure, as long as your parents say it's okay. Be gentle, but don't feed him, as nobody wants a fat Jack Russell lazing about the place." Both girls made a fuss of Anxious, who was only too happy to oblige. He loved people, he loved food, and he loved to play. Add in chasing rabbits, and the book was written for my constant companion for several years. Best friend, shoulder to cry on, ear to bend while I recounted my woes, Anxious and I were a team, and a good one. Fuss over, I called for him to leave the family, and this time he did as I asked. We continued our stroll along Abergele beach after we had a few words about him pestering people. With poo bags in my pocket, ball flinger in my hand, and Anxious darting in and out of the water to retrieve his ball, I felt like the luckiest man in the world. The sun was shining on a perfect Thursday in June, with the whole long summer ahead of me. The forecast was for months of warm, dry weather, with an next to 0 chance of rain during an unprecedented heatwave. We hadn't reached those heady heights yet, but with the temperature into the mid to high 20s, it was comfortable. The sky was an achingly beautiful blue, and the water was clear, still, and dazzling. Another day in paradise for us after a rocky start to our new van life adventure.